Almost 1 million people are feared to be displaced in Lebanon as Israel widens its offensive in the face of growing international calls for a ceasefire. Eyal Meroz is a former counter-terror analyst with Israel's Defence Force and now a senior lecturer in peace and conflict studies at the University of Sydney. He joins us now. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Just take us to the latest development, the assassination of the leader of Hezbollah, Hassan Nasrallah. How significant do you believe this will be in terms of the conflict we're seeing?
I think this is a very significant situation for a lot of the actors that are taking part in what is happening now. And that includes obviously Hezbollah, the Israelis, even Hamas, the Houthis, and others, because of the prominence that Nasrallah had and the power it had, and the relationship that he fostered over the years with all these other Iranians and other parts of the resistance movement. It will also affect the relationship within Lebanon, potentially in different ways that could influence the stability of Lebanon at the moment.
How long has Israel likely been planning these attacks? And we know many analysts say that Hezbollah still has an arsenal of weapons and fighters. What's its likely next move, do you think?
Israel started planning this or another attack 18 years ago after the second Lebanon war ended in 2006, realizing that Hezbollah was becoming a very significant risk, and spent these 18 years working a lot on collecting intelligence for such an eventuation. Some say that the reason the 7th of October happened was because Israel was so focused on Hezbollah that it didn't realize how dangerous Hamas could be. And now what we're seeing is the result of these 18 years of intelligence gathering, because it turned out that Hezbollah was very open in many ways to the Israeli intelligence, and the devastating blow that it's been suffering has a lot to do with that.
Where is Israel's relationship now with its allies, many of whom have been very forceful in their calls for Israel to enter a ceasefire, a 21-day ceasefire at least? Are Israel's allies essentially powerless now? It doesn't seem to be heeding those calls.
Well, if you speak about allies and you mean other states, then Israel has become already a kind of a pariah state. And other than the United States, it doesn't have many allies. So the Americans are obviously embroiled in their upcoming elections and are still supporting Israel when it comes to the risk of a regional escalation vis-a-vis Iran. But they're on the other side, their efforts to try and hold Israel back in terms of both Gaza and Lebanon are not proving very successful so far.
Eyal, what do you believe would happen if Israel decided to launch a ground offensive in Lebanon?
I think this is an important question, because this is potentially the main risk to a regional escalation. There is a big debate now within Israel about whether the army should go into a ground invasion. Those who support it are talking about a limited ground invasion. But as we know, it's very easy to get into a war and very difficult to come out. I think the Israelis are forgetting how dangerous it is. And in some ways, even Hezbollah may be looking forward to it, because their ability to hit Israel and Israelis, so far at least, through their missiles has been limited. But if Israelis are going to go into Lebanon, then Hezbollah will be able to unite around this fight as they have done in the past.